Hi there, and welcome to our drab and very dated kitchen.
It is very drab, honey oak.
Yeah, today we're gonna try to change some things. I say we're, but actually he's going to change some things. Because even though I do style his little curls here, he's gonna style our kitchen.
That's right, honey. We're gonna use Rust-oleum's cabinet transformation kit in dark. We had it mixed at Home Depot by somebody that went outside the color palette for us. So we are doing olive green. We're going to turn this honey oak into olive green.
Yeah, I've been looking at this color for about a year, and I had this friend that actually, she went ahead and did this before I did, and so you know what it did? It just gave me the inspiration to do what I've been wanting to do, but she took the risk, and now we're gonna take the risk.
That's right, we're taking this kitchen light years ahead. So stay tuned, we're gonna get started. We're gonna get these boxes ready for painting and yeah. So we're gonna be using Rust-oleum's cabinet transformation, the dark kit, but we had a friend mix it up in a bear paint color. It's not listed on the top, so you'll have to pick your own color, but that's what we're gonna be using. So this kit covers about 100 square feet or 40 lineal feet of cabinets. So that's what we're gonna be using. So let's get these cabinets off of their boxes and start prepping them for the paint. So the first thing we have to do is make sure we don't mix up our doors with each other. We want to make sure we know exactly where they go. So with doing this, it helps. So we put a number 1 on the tape, we put a number 1 in the box, and then we do another number 1 here on the tape, and we put that on the door so that we understand that this number 1 goes with that number 1. Then the next thing we want to do to make putting the doors back on their hinges easier is to trace the actual screw that is on the hinge in the cabinet. That will give us a reference point of where we put these doors back when we go to reinstall them. We won't have to try and level them all from scratch. We'll kind of have a reference point to start from. So make sure you circle all those. Sharpie will wipe off of metal. So if you notice this, if I mark it on here, I can just wipe it off. So that mark will come off. So be careful not to disturb it while you are doing your cabinets, and make sure that you mark these with the door. So these are hinge number 1s. Go with door number 1 and cabinet number 1. Do not want to mix those up. So make sure you mark everything appropriately.
So if you're hard on cabinetry, like our family is, you're gonna have divots and just normal wear and tear. So you wanna take some wood putty and just fill that in, smooth it out, sand it off if you need to. And then also you need to put a nice line of tape between your cabinetry and the wall. Before you start the deglossing process, you wanna be sure to tape off where the cabinets meet the wall. Husband, I'm gonna let you do this part. I'm gonna go paint snowflakes on the girls' bedroom.
All right, she's gonna paint snowflakes. I'm gonna tape off this entire kitchen where the cabinets meet the walls with painter's tape. So before we paint these cabinets, we've taken all the doors off, we've marked them with the tape, we've taped off the walls around the cabinets where the cabinets meet the walls. The next step is to clean thoroughly these cabinet faces with this deglosser. So we're gonna use our scrub pad. Make sure you have glasses on and your safety gloves. Just pour it out into the scrubber, and then you're gonna scrub the fronts until they are deglossed, and then wipe them down with a damp, wet rag. So let's get started. So now that we're done prepping the cabinet faces with the deglosser, we've wiped them all down, we've let them dry for about 30 minutes. We're gonna now take our top coat and start painting. You can take all your stuff out of the cabinets if you want to. You can also tape the inside of the shelf so that you don't get any paint on the shelving itself. I've been painting for a long time, so I can pretty much cut this in without taping it off, but do what you're comfortable with.
We're actually gonna have to do a couple of coats here. You can see the wood grain bleeding through, which you might think looks kind of cool, but in this case, it actually doesn't. It looks unfinished. So we just finished our second coat. The next coat is gonna be the clear coat, the sealer. Is that right, honey? Is it a sealer?
Yep.
Okay, I wanna talk a little bit about this color and some new scientific studies that have recently come out. So, you know, like when me and you first got married, like we didn't keep any plants in the house, did we? Like it was like, now it's like this plant thing has happened. It's like the revolution of the plant age.
Wrong.
And so I guess they're saying that it helps people's mental stability.
Wrong.
Mental health, general overall feelings of wellness and happiness. And we could all use that in the time of quarantines. Right, honey?
Yes, we do.
So does this color make you feel healthy and
Very healthy,
lively and
light, earthy,
happy and alive?
I feel alive.
Yeah. No more depression.
No more
Wrong. Wrong.
All right, we got 2 coats on. It looks good. I'm gonna start prepping the doors for paint. And then once those are painted, we'll come back and we'll put 2 coats of clear on it.
So while he's been painting, the little girls have been painting my nails.
That's special.
Not quite as nice as your paint job here.
So now we're gonna move on to the doors. We took the hardware off. We're gonna go ahead and clean it with some of the deglosser. Make sure you scrub it really well and get all the grease off the door. Don't be afraid to push and go with the grain. You need a little more.
Are you saying we've accumulated
Just put a little bit on there.
grease on our cabinet doors?
Yep, you wanna make sure you get all the grease off. Get it nice and deglossed. Getting all the little crannies, get all this stuff around the hardware off. Make sure you got your protective gloves on.
Did you even use like a wash rag to wipe it off first, or you just
No, we're just gonna clean this just like this. This is pretty strong, it comes right off. There we go. All right, now we're gonna do that to all the doors, and then when you're done cleaning it, you just wipe it off with a wet rag and move on to the other 15 doors that you have.
You are so good.
Okay, so we started painting the doors, as you can see over here. We've got 1 coat on there. Now we're going on to this door. I hold it like a pizza dish, kind of, so that I can spin the door without touching it. And I'm gonna do the top first. I just like to do the top. I work myself from the bottom all the way around and then to the external. So make sure that you're brushing with the grain, especially across these rails and stiles, so that it looks like natural wood. So here's how I do it. Just kind of dive right into the edges here and get underneath. Just kind of trying to get a coat here and work in and then just work the bottom here. And I'm just going to kind of go up and down the side here, making sure that I get up to the top. Don't have to worry about getting it to be perfect yet. Don't worry if you got extra pulling. Make sure you work it underneath the panel. Then you start using a little bit less pressure. Now I'm gonna just kind of dive in here and get this all nice and going.
Like you actually
like this. Now the grain goes this way, so I'm just gonna smooth it out, making sure I overlap the edge a little bit. Do the bottom, side, top, and start back down, straight down. Back up, straight down.
Where did you learn it?
Paint straight down across all of this, nice and smooth. Then I'm gonna turn it like pizza. And we're gonna come over here, and I'm gonna do the same thing around the edges. Gonna go across, all the way across the top here to the side. Going across, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Just work the bottom here first, over here. Work the bottom, make sure I get the bottom nice and done. Do the edge, flip it over, edge. Just kind of come back. Just very little bit of paint. Don't want to make a mess. And then just gonna go nice and up and down there. See that? And if you notice anything dripping, just kind of go underneath it and get across. And just work your way up to the top here.
Do you want me to show them how I painted my snowflakes?
No. I think the snowflake thing is for a different painting time. So now I'm gonna start up here and I'm gonna go all the way down straight. And I'm gonna turn it like pizza.
Yeah.
Da-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I'm gonna come back here, work the bottom. Don't have to worry about coating all of it because we're going to do 2 coats. So if it's not looking perfect, we'll get it perfect. And I work the top.
Your gloves where they go.
Working here. And I'm gonna go across, spin it, come straight down this, all the way down, back. We got a little more paint here and pulling it off. It's a problem when it's still wet. Straight down, leave it. So now this is ready for 2 coats of clear. I've got a cabinet door here and we're going to get the Transformation Protective top coat out and get our nice zebra angled brush from Home Depot. It's an interesting brush, it's very fine. It'll help lay down this top coat in one smooth coat. Look how fine those bristles are. Woo-wee.
Nice zebra.
All right, so I'm gonna start dipping the brush in here and getting some clear on here. We're gonna do 2 coats that dries in about 15-20 minutes and then we put another coat right on it and we'll hit the boxes next.
Well, I'm just glad that you're gonna have doors on here because this mess needs to be hidden. And if you're thinking, what is wrong with this lady? Why can't she keep her cabinet straight? Let me just say, every once in a while, I'm inspired to actually organize these things, but my kids, when they empty the dishwasher, it's just like,
wrong.
And wherever it lands is where it goes.
Wrong.
So, there's the story.
All right, so the clear, you don't want to shake it, you just want to stir it. We've already stirred it, and we're just gonna dip right in and we're just gonna hit it. It's just like milk. We're just gonna do the inside panel here. Get it nice and saturated there. Don't have to worry about it puddling because you can go back and fix all this. And then again, go with the grain.
Use a blowtorch?
Go with the grain.
Oh,
Make sure it's all coated well. And then start to work out some of these puddles here. So we're going around, working yourself out of the bottom and up to the top. And then make sure that these go back and forth nice and straight. Back and forth, nice and straight.
What's the name of this paint? Forest.
This is all about olive.
Oh, are you sure? No, that wasn't. No, I think it was the darker one.
And then we're just going to continue going around this piece, spinning it like a pizza again. Hitting the edges.
Northwoods. It was Northwoods.
Northwoods, that's what
Yeah.
it is. Northwoods by Bear. All right, so now this has been hit with 1 coat of clear. We're just gonna let it dry up. Doesn't matter if there's a little bit of puddling, you just might wanna smooth that out. But this will dry nice and clear, and then we'll do 1 more coat in about 15 minutes.
Cabinets are all done.
This side of the kitchen's done. It took 9 hours.
Yeah, just this little corner.
It took 9 hours from start to finish. So you can get it done if you're committed to it. You just have to wait for the dry time, but it turned out pretty good.
I love it. It's really good.
Yeah, looks good. Now we're gonna move on to the other side.
Overachiever here. Yeah, overachiever.
And we're gonna start taking off the hardware. And we'll knock that out probably by tomorrow. Or tonight at like 7 in the morning. Welcome back. It's been about 2 days now since the cabinets have actually dried and cured. I'm just now going to finish up the backs. I have not done the backs of the cabinets yet, so I'm just going to cut in along the edge with a small brush, and then this time I'm going to roll the backs since I'm not too concerned about how they look. So when we're done, we'll come back, take a final picture of everything for you, and show you what the handles look like and how the kitchen has been transformed. We'll see you then. All right, well, we're back and we've got 2 coats of paint on the doors now, both sides, and we're just gonna go ahead and put a final coat of clear on the back side with a roller, and we'll be done in probably about 15 minutes, then it's all done. All right, so the final stages are just to put the hardware back on the doors, which we have right here. So we'll put the handles on. Make sure they're straight up and down. And then lock it in. That's that. Same on this side. A little bit of clear inside that hole. Bottom corner, nice quiet. On the top corner, bottom corner, little push, and there we have it. It is done. It took about 3 days, working for about 6-7 hours a day with 6 kids in the house, but this is it, so have a look. Well, that does it for this kitchen cabinet restoration. I hope you enjoyed watching us use Rust-oleum's kitchen cabinet transformation kit. We're gonna have all the products that we use down in the link below. Please like and subscribe. And don't forget, in about a month, we're gonna be turning these nasty looking post-form countertops into epoxy granite. Stay tuned, check it out.